I think it's connecting. I don't know yet. Okay, so it says I'm live. But I don't know yet. It says I'm live. Let's see if I am. And then if I can, you guys can hear me or not. Let's see here.
I'm looking at you. And I can hear you.
You can see me?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Oh. Okay, I'm just trying to find myself now. Oh, here I am. Okay. So that way I can see the chats.
But
Yes.
the I'm trying to see what camera is that?
I'm looking here. Can you see me?
Whatever camera that is, that's the only one that I see.
I know. It doesn't go over to the other one unless I put it over there. So like for example,
Is this the phone?
Yes.
Do you want this angle down more to see your project, or are you gonna skip?
I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch over. Like, see, there's my transition. Yes. You see that? I can see my project box now. Okay, good. So I'm gonna switch back over to me. Hi. Okay. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sandra and I am the owner of Garner Sewing Room. We teach sewing classes for kids and adults and we do workshops and fun things like that. Today we're doing the one with Moremeknow and it's a custom order that I got on my Etsy shop. So I'll be making that today. I actually did the cutting video yesterday and I posted that earlier today. So now here I am sewing it up. Awesome. Okay, so I was going to have this there, but I'll just put that. No, I have the directions over here. Don't need that. I could just save my iPad. I don't even know how to turn this thing off. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I have got what I think is all my pieces because sometimes I forget things. But in here I've got all my hardware. I've got my zipper pulls. I have the crossbody strap adjuster. Oh, that's what I need. I need the adjuster. So I need the adjuster. Got my zipper pull. Okay, there's a zipper. There's two zippers. Like one zipper pull. So I gotta get one more zipper and the crossbody adjuster. So give me a second. I told you I always forget things. Okay. Alright. I'm back. Alright. That's in there. I've got my hardware. I've got all those pieces. I've got my crossbody strap. And all my other pieces. This is my strap connector. Hi, Junior. Come on in. Come on in. I'm already live, honey. Okay. What's going on, sweetheart?
Yeah, it was there to block me.
Yeah, can you put that back? Stop moving things, please.
I'm sorry.
Move it over just some more, please. So Miss Marquette can work without being interrupted. Thank you. Yes.
I wanted to ask if I could get a snack.
Oh, here's the slide adjuster. I knew I did it. Yes. Have a snack. Okay. No apple juice, though. You had 2 apple juices already for lunch.
I'm not gonna. No, I didn't.
You did it?
No.
Okay.
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 I'm just gonna get some chips.
Okay.
Junior. Yeah, that looks nice.
Yes, his haircut looks so nice.
So I'll call you Junior. Call your mom. Can I call you DJ? Alright, do I Junior?
Do I Junior?
Alright.
Socks too, they're pretty cool.
Alright, so I got my pattern pieces. I'm just gonna grab my exterior piece. I'm gonna kind of maybe try to go with the pattern, but if anybody knows me, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. So, get these together. This is the exterior slip pocket. I'm trying to make sure it kind of fits a little bit. There we go. Just tap it. Make sure it goes down. Adjoining stitch length. I've wound 2 bobbins so that I don't forget. Alright, so I'm going to actually move you guys down just a tiny bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. Can you see me there? I can't see more anyway now because I zoomed you down. But just in case. Miss Marquez is working on promotional things right now. So if you ever see anything like on Facebook and stuff like that, that's 90% of the time it's Miss Marquez. Now. Unless I have some kind of whim to post something. And then I forget sometimes that I'm not on my personal page. like I posted the empanadas during Christmas. Yeah. I forgot. It's alright. Okay. So now the trick for this here, let me move this up so you guys can see what I'm doing. The trick here is to really push on this and kind of like, I like to start it at this end and push away from me. I do one end at a time and then go from there. What I like about this view is you can't see me making all kinds of weird faces. Because you know I make a lot of weird faces. Let me go right there. There we go. Ooh. I'm down. Let's see here. Transition to this one here so you guys can see from the top what I'm doing. I'm just rolling it. And there's a bit of a pucker right there. I'm just shushing it. I took my glitter clips home, to Florida, and I left them with my niece. And those are the glitter clips I had here at this sewing station. So I'm just randomly grabbing things because I didn't think about it just now. I'm sure I knew that was happening. Something's going on with my bob, and it was like really weird. I'm sure Olivia is really enjoying it. I'm letting her use the Kenmore machine that I bought while I was down in Florida. It was a used machine, and I got it for $50 on Marketplace. It was a very good buy. It was a very good buy because it's like one of those old models, and it just was like, it was great. All right, so now we're going to do 1/8 of an inch top stitch. All the way around slowly, lifting my foot and pivoting. Let me put you guys back to Just once you guys can see what I'm doing. Really close. Stitch, stitch, pivot. I'm not used to using this one. I started using it on the Kenmore, this lever on the side, and it was... Hello! Okay. So there's that. Let's see what we got next. So after we've done this, step 3 is to attach the backing of this to this. So it almost looks like a square, but it's not quite a square. So if you rotate this, you see how it's short on this side? You gotta just make sure you have it rotated the correct way.
So that when you're doing it, it's the same size rather than it being like this. See, it's too long. Just be aware of that, because sometimes when you're chain sewing, you can think it's the right way, but it's not. Just pull away. Okay. So now we're going to come, I like to just make the U shape and then come back in and sew this down with all the pieces together. So I make my U shape first and then I come back. Switch back to a joining stitch length. It may actually say do it all together, but they say they do things differently sometimes. Okay, I come back here. Oh, now I know why I do it this way. I do it this way so that if I find this piece down here gets kind of bulky, I can trim some of this off and take it out of that seam, because it goes into the bottom seam. So if it just gets a little bit too thick, that's the way you can take off some of it without it losing the pocket effect. I remember why I did that now. So our front, or should I say the back slip pocket is done. Okay, so now it's having us work on our zipper tab. So you're going to get the longer zipper tape. So there's 2 zipper tapes. You got a shorter one and a longer one. You're going to get the longer zipper tape. That's what we're working with now. Okay, and you're going to need to... Oh, it is? Okay. Grab my zipper tabs. Is that my husband? No? Somebody else?
This is Miss Joyful Joy.
Joyful Joy. Hi, Joyful Joy.
Are you a sewer, Joe? Joe. Joy. Are you a sewer? Are you a sewist? Trying to get my zipper. Hold on. It's not wanting to cooperate, so I'm going to go on the other side. Miss Markia is asking what you like to sew, Joy. You can't see her, but she's behind the curtain. It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Ladies fashion.
Oh, ladies' fashions. I want to get into kids' fashion. That might be my next venture. Okay, I see her comments now. Yes, good. Yep, I'm seeing them. I'll put my phone over there so I can see them. Oh, so you did do kids fashion before. That's great. So the pattern calls for you to do 2 zipper tabs. I do not. I don't do that because I don't want the bulk of it. So just letting you know, I don't do that. I just do one side. I'm doing it because I have a non-fraying material. I've burned the edges of my zipper. This is waterproof canvas.
No bags yet, Joy? Oh my God. How can we change that?
You have got to sew a bag. There's so many really great bags to start with that you can do on domestics. So this bag I've made on a domestic. I obviously love my big boy, so when I can, I sew on it. But when I don't have the opportunity and I can't come into the studio, I'm out of town, I have a domestic, so. Okay, so I think it's when I switch over to my webcam.
Yeah.
My phone. Oh, okay, hold on a second. You know what it might be? Okay, so I turned the volume down on my phone. Let me know if that works. Because I think that might have been it, that I had the volume on my phone. And I've got this mic on me. That didn't work? Okay, let me switch over to the other camera view then.
Right, I'll just keep it at this camera view then. Okay, yeah. So I'll just keep it on the overhead view. All right, so I did my zipper tab. Okay, so now it's asking for me to place the pocket contrast A right sides together with the exterior front pocket. So, exterior front pocket. Okay. So here are all the pieces that we're going to be talking about here in the next couple of steps so that you guys can kind of see this. I'm going to flip it around so you guys can kind of see it the best way. So I don't have the pattern pieces for this cut out because I have I have the I have templates, as you saw. So from the exterior, okay. So because I did it off the templates, I did them all the same size. There is a dash line on the templates that you're supposed to fold back and cut the exterior piece on, which I didn't do because obviously I was using my templates, so I didn't do that. Let me grab my templates. So these are the templates that I used. I looked up on that template shop this morning when I did the link, and it's not listed there, but I know he does pretty much all of Lauren's bags. So if you just email him, he'll get you templates. So I'm just going to do some cutting right fast. This pattern piece, the front pocket pattern piece, is cut at this dash line. So what I'm going to do is take that down because it is at an angle. So it is tapered. So you just can't just take it off. I'm going to measure what it is and then cut it off. Okay. That's what I thought it was, but I wanted to double check.
This bag is called the one.
The one with Moremeknow. And it's the phonetic spelling, not the actual name. Because that's the name of her website, so that's what her brand is. Okay. I'm gonna cut that. I have found that doing these particular cuts at the sewing table, even though it does take a little bit more time, helps with this pattern. I have the original instructions before the modifications because since Jen was Sincerely Jen Patterns, is the one who co-wrote this with Lauren, and there's a couple steps that's a little bit like, what do they mean? And it just helps me do it this way. Okay, so I've got the front piece, and then contrast A is the skinny long piece. So there's two pieces. This is A, this is B. So if you want to write on the back of it, you can. I should have. These are just rectangles, so it doesn't really matter. These are not tapered. This is tapered. So I like to make sure I know where the top is, and I just make an arrow pointing to the top so I know what the top is. Okay, so now we're going to grab our the exterior front pocket piece with A, and it's usually a contrast piece. You can do this out of vinyl, you can do this out of waterproof canvas, you can do it out of the same exact exterior if you wanted to, you didn't want to have a contrast. But I highly recommend that you do not do it out of vinyl because it gets very, very thick. It's not so bad on an industrial, but it still is pretty thick. And this fabric, this waterproof canvas is like beautiful. Okay. So now that we've done that, now you're going to press the contrast piece up to cover it and then do a 1/8 inch seam allowance. And top stitch through the pocket and the contrast piece. So it's having you go like that and then
So your seam is going up away, you're putting it right on top, and then you're just top stitching on your contrast. So make sure everything is going to the right. Your other left. I say that because I get confused. I'll be driving and my husband tells me, it's your other left. Or your other right. Did Joy say where she was from? Joy, where are you tuning in from, Joy? Making my foot a little tighter. Okay, so now that we've done that, now we are going to put our zipper, okay, with it closing to the left. So if you're looking at it, it's closing to the left. You can do your center marks if you want to, but it's going to overhang just a tiny bit on each side anyway, so you can kind of do it how you like to. I do my snips, but then I also burn it. I can still see it, but it doesn't continue to fray. You're in Canada, Joy. That's awesome. I know we had a few people we had one person from Canada when Lauren came in for her workshop. So I have met a Canadian, and I apparently have family in Canada. My husband has family in Canada.
That is on my bucket list to visit.
Is it?
And I want to go when it snows.
When it snows?
Yeah.
Miss, I can't stand the cold.
Yeah. That's natural cold.
That's
not
natural.
People trying to freeze you.
Natural cold that people trying to freeze you. Okay. She says that because I'm always trying to freeze her out. I don't see a difference, but hey. I know my kids want to see the snow. Like real snow. Like not like the snow around here kind of snow. Because we don't really get snow. We get mostly ice. My mother-in-law went to Niagara Falls. Yeah, a few years ago.
All right, would you say the bag is 50% done now?
50% done? No. It's like 10% done.
You got a zipper going, you got the back pocket going.
I know, right? All right, okay, so that was just basting it in. Now, zipper pocket piece. Okay, so now we're going to grab one of our lining pocket pieces. So this is where it starts getting a little confusing. You have two lining pieces. They're exactly the same, but then it tells you to trim off a 1/2 inch from the top straight edge of one of your lining pieces. So then now I'm going to take this lining piece and put that aside. I told you. And then I'm going to mark a 1/2 inch and cut off a 1/2 inch. I like this one better. I like my glitter ruler better. Glitter. Everything's better when it's glitter.
got glitter, it's better. So these glitter rulers are on Amazon. If you look up glitter ruler 1 by 8 inch, you can find them there on Amazon. And I have some too on my website. Right, I've got the 1 inch ruler, glitter rulers on my website too. I do. I do. Okay, mark my center. And then I'm going to place this lining front pocket that is trimmed with the right side of the exterior, other side of the zipper panel. So we're making a zipper sandwich now. So you're just leaving that there, and you're going to take this and you're going to put pretty sides touching, and you're going to sew. See how that lines up now? Because we're adding in the difference with this with the seam. I know it. There's a method to this. It's amazing how much math you have to do in order to do like bag making. Ooh. Yes, my love.
So you're doing bag the thing we lost and do so I can't. So I'm not sure how the chips.
You can't grab the chips from the back to the top? Oh, there's no up there.
There are. I just don't want those kind of chips.
Okay, well, can you ask Sierra just to take a second? Okay.
Sierra said,
Can you come here? Have her come here, please. Thank you, sweetheart. I homeschool, so my kids are with me a lot. And their daddy is home having some reaction to his medication. So. Okay, now we're going to fold everything toward each other. Can you please get your brother some chips for snack? Thank you. All right. And you could take this to the iron. I mean, you could, but I'm going to trim this down. I think it probably said to trim this down here, but I just didn't listen. When's the first time you've heard that? That I don't listen. Are you stretching again?
I was stretching until the zipper snapped for my hand.
Ooh. And it gets caught too. All right. Now I have everything going towards each other. I'm going to go ahead and press that. I'm eventually going to get an iron in here. I just have a lot of stuff going on behind me. So I have to really get things organized behind me before I can get the iron in here. So when I'm sewing, I could just use the iron in here. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do a top stitch over the side that we just sewed and folded back. Oh, this is looking really nice. These colors are really going nicely together. I just recently purchased this color. It's called Bronze Waterproof Canvas. And it's like really nice. So you can see how like that really goes together. It goes really nice with the Quidditch the gold and the Quidditch. Oh, hi. We've got a couple more people. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, so now that we've done that, now we are going to get the contrast B piece and put it right sides together along the edge of the zipper edge here. So I've already marked my center there. I'm going to mark my center on my B piece. So remember, the B piece is the same length as A, it's just wider. And actually, to make it a little easier on yourself, you could use 1/4 inch double-sided tape. I went on a hunt to find a good source for double-sided tape that I could literally just pluck with my hand instead of having to use a pair of scissors. And I found them. I went through several different resources and I finally found them, and so now I offer it on my website. And it's not as sticky as the leather tape, because there's also leather tape out there, which is really good, which is awesome, but sometimes I have to have a alcohol pad and some extra oil, machine oil, just to kind of put on my needle that kind of gets sticky a little bit. This one doesn't seem to stick as much, and it's out of the seam because it's an 1/8 inch, so it's out of the seam. So this is a game changer, because look, it's done. It's done. I don't have to clip, and I can readjust it when I need to. So I love it. Okay, so look at that, and then look, it's not going anywhere, so I can sew it and I don't have to worry about it. Yes, tell us where you guys all tuning in from. Joy's from Canada. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. I started out of Garner, North Carolina, which is technically, we're kind of like still on the outskirts of Garner. Okay, so we've done that. Okay, so now this is where it gets tricky, because number 12 piece is like, what just happened? Okay, so the other tall piece, the other lining piece that's taller, is the piece we're going to do now, but we're going to take this and put it on the back side of this. So we're making another zipper sandwich. Okay. So I'm not even going to put tape on this one. The zipper is the part that kind of gets a little wavy and wonky on me. What I'm going to do is going to go like that. And so I'm just going to sew a little bit in from where I had sewn before. So I did 1/4 inch before, and now I'm just going to come in just a little bit in from that 1/4 inch. Move your zipper pull and just make sure you line everything back up. And sew. Lift my foot up. Make sure your needle stays down. If it doesn't, just kind of bring it back down. Mine moved on me. That's why I say make sure it stays down. And keep it going. You moved on me. You bad boy. He moved on me, but I put it back. Okay, so now we have the wider contrast piece, and then we have our lining piece here. All right, so with this moved out the way, it's giving us our mark as to where to put on our zipper. I mean, not our zipper, our magnetic snap. However, I don't like putting in my magnetic snap until after I've done this next construction part, because sometimes it seems to not quite go where I want it to go. So, there we go. So there's one more, what they say lining piece, but I used it out of the exterior fabric. Okay. And this one here is going to go here. It's going to go pretty sides touching. Remember, there's an up and there's a down. There's a, I don't know what kind of, I'm not really good at geometry, but it goes from, it narrows to the top. So there we go. We like all things that glitter. Put a couple extra in there. It's not going to hurt anybody. Okay. You scared the bejesus out of me. I was like, what is that? To have a glass window like right in front of this machine. And this marquee came in, it was like right there. I was like, what is that? Okay. So together using a 1/2 inch. Okay. So I'm gonna use 1/2 inch seam allowance. Just in these last 4 steps, there's like 3 different seam allowances. It's very important to read the directions. Hence why I have them right here next to me. Because I have made this bag at least 10 times, but I cannot memorize it because it's got so many different seam allowances in different spots. So, yep. Okay, so now it's telling me to flip this up like so. Like, I don't know what it's telling me. Okay, so flip the lining pocket up and away from the pocket contrast. Press the seam allowance towards the pocket contrast. So that means that it's going this direction. We're wanting to stay going towards the contrast. So just like that. And I'm just finger pressing this. The ruler is very helpful because it can kind of scrape along like that. And then top stitch. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and top stitch. This is where I said where it can get a little bit kind of what I would say wonky, because if you had your magnetic snap, it was too close to this seam here, then you can't top stitch. It doesn't really work. So for me, I just find it's easier for me to do my magnet right before I do this next step. I just have to remember to do it. That's all. That's what I have you guys here for, right? Yeah, that's right. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to create a little zipper sandwich type of thing going on. So this piece here is going to get sewn to this piece here. Matching up the bottom seams. This is all supposed to go into this seam. I don't do that because it gets very, 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 very thick. So I don't do that. This I'm going to do in just a second. I'm not doing that right now. It's very thick with all of these layers. So save yourself a little bit of a headache. Don't do this part yet. Just do the 2 lining pieces, not the zipper pocket pieces. Okay, we'll do that here in a second.
Okay, so once you've sewn that, then you can kind of gauge where you can put your zipper. I mean, not your zipper. I keep saying zipper. It's a magnet. You guys will remind me, right? Okay, go. Don't forget to remind me to put my magnet in, because I'm sure I'm going to say zipper again. This keeps moving on me. I'm going to put it right back where it needs to stay. Okay, so now that you've done this, you can cut this down to reduce the bulk. I like to use the pinking shears just because it really helps get a lot of that extra stuff off there. I'm getting very close to my stitching. Like it almost looks like I'm about to cut into my stitching, but I'm not. Okay. So that's very close to my stitching. See that? That's okay. All right, so now with it kind of looking like so, I'm going to take this side over here. You see how when you have this folded so that everything's even, okay, it lines up perfectly with that seam. So what I like to do is just kind of put a couple clips here just to know that this is where it's supposed to be. That's like the way it's supposed to be. So this side here, if you can tell, is overextending where this is. So I want to come in and sew and then cut that down so that it nestles right inside of here. So I'm going to do it at a 3/8 of an inch. So you see that? It is going to nest just inside of there. So I'm going to trim it away so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now flip it over. So this is different from the pattern. But after making it 10 times, this is what I found works best. Okay, so when I flip it over, you see how the edges of the pinking shear just comes right to that seam right there? And then that way it just nests in there really well. Okay, so I'm going to trace this and I'm going to turn it right side out now. This is when if you had somebody who had some really strong hands. I usually have Miss Marquia do this for me. But this isn't so bad right now. This is a bag that got ordered off my Etsy shop. So I do custom bags for people. And they literally tell me what they want. This one is just one of the options on my website that they can choose from. But I can make this bag style, or a lot of different bag styles, also just about any print out there. This is a fabric that I purchased from Joann's Fabrics about goodness. I'm gonna say 2 years ago. Maybe over, I know at least over a year ago. But I'm gonna say about 2 years ago. So what I'm doing is this seam here, I'm just kind of making it go flat because this is gonna help me. Your iPad's not working? Oh, it's still not working? Yeah, baby, go ahead. Just don't put it on too loud because I'm on live, okay?
All right, you can close that door if you need to. All right, so now I'm going to make sure that this little pocket fits right in there. See that? It fits right in there perfectly. It nests right in there without this being very bulky. And then this is where we're going to top stitch right through here all the way around. But wait, there's more. Let's not forget our magnet. See? I almost forgot my magnet. I knew you guys were going to remind me though. I knew you were. Okay, so I'm going to fold it in half. Okay. I'm going to grab a piece of chalk and make sure I have like just a little tiny line. Show me where my center is. Now, I need this to be closer towards this side than the top edge because I still have this top stitch right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little washer and I'm going to line it up centering as much as I can so that most of the circular part goes towards the bottom, not the top of that line right there. And then I'm going to make a mark. I'm going to mark out my lines. If you've never installed a magnet before, it's super easy. They make it really, really easy. So when you get your magnets, you get 2 washer pieces and you get, these are very strong magnets, there we go. You get 2 pieces of the magnet. The ones I sell are very flat, are very thin. So the one that's a little bit thicker is what we call the female part. Okay, that's also what we would consider the innie belly button. So if you have an innie belly button, that's what we would consider the female, and then the male is the outie belly button. So that's the one with the little tiny little bump on it. Okay, so male, female, it really doesn't matter which one you put on this portion. But I always say the male goes into the female. So if you have a flap, the male is on the flap, the female is on the body. That's how I say it. So I'm going to go ahead and take these clips out for just a second, putting my hand in between the layers so that I'm not cutting through anything else except for this piece. I'm making a tiny little snip on the lines that run parallel to each other because that's where our prongs are going to go. So here's where you can also get a piece of scrap. I'm going to grab just a little piece of scrap. There we go. Just a little piece of scrap. And do the same thing on the scrap. It just gives you a little bit more protection behind that zipper pull. That looks good. Do I have one? It's empty. I'll text Sierra. Do a little boop. A little.
A little interesting.
With who?
Amazon.
Oh, is it? Wow, we're getting more Amazon orders. So I sell my hardware on Amazon as well. We don't have as much foot traffic here, so I think it's more because people don't know we're here. Uh-oh, there goes my glitter ruler. So I'm going inside and I'm going to put the pronged to make these just a little bit wider. So all I've done is push the prongs through from the right side into the wrong side. And then I'm looking inside the little canal, looking for the prongs. I'm putting the pieces on. pushing it down. There we go. I'm going to take my washer, put it inside. And you're probably asking yourself, okay, so this probably looks easier if you would have done it when it told you to do it originally. Oh, yes. But sometimes my seam allowances don't quite add up. Yes, my love. Is it not working?
No, it is working. But the thing that I'm trying to see is not.
Because you're under your name or mine?
It's on my name because I've seen it before on my thing. But now it's not showing up.
Because it's probably age restricted, sweetheart.
No, I see it on my.
I understand that, sweetheart, but it's probably something that they've updated that's a restricted item now. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go across, down.
So can I see it on your thing? There?
Yeah.
Because I'm watching and it's not bad.
Okay. It's going to top stitch all the way around now. So make the same stitch lines that were on the bottom part of the contrast piece. Oh, actually, I don't know if I can. I think that thing's going to be in the way. I feel if my zipper is going to be in my zipper. I keep saying zipper. My magnet's going to be in the way. Yeah. My magnet's going to be in the way for that top stitching there. So I'm never going to worry about it because it's just decorative. All right, so we got that. So what are you doing now? Aha. Now, we're taking this. And we're going to put it onto the exterior main piece. So remember, this was the exterior piece for the other one. Yes, I did do that. I did do that. I made my exterior thing. Did I do that wrong? I did. I did my front flap wrong.
How could we have done that?
I don't know. I was looking at the directions, but obviously I wasn't reading. It's all right, guys. I'll fix it. You'll be able to see me fix it on camera, too. All right. So here it says to come up because this is going to get boxed out. So if we put this all the way down here, this is going to get caught on the boxed part. So we don't want that. So what we want to do is bring it up enough that it's not going to get caught in that seam, but it's even on both sides. So right now it is crooked as anything. Let me pull up my glitter ruler. And she gives you this measurement on the pattern. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to clip this piece there so it doesn't move. And then bring him up there so it doesn't move. Okay. So we have to put the magnetic snap, the other side of the magnetic snap. So the female portion has to be installed. So I'm just doing this more just to make sure everything looks straight. Everything measures pretty well. If it doesn't, you can kind of shift it just a tiny, tiny bit. Because I say this contrast piece, you can notice that more than you can down here. So if anything's a little catty cornered, you want to make sure it's yeah. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just stitch across the bottom only. So then that way it stays in place, but then I can flip this open and place my magnetic snap in on the other side.
There's a method to my madness. With the exception of doing the completely wrong thing on the front. Except for that. Right, Miss Martia? That's right. I can't believe I did that. Actually, I can't. It's been about 6 months since I've made one of these. And I just got excited that we were actually live and it was working. Okay, so we did that. Just like that. We started that. Take my side clips off. And here's what I like to do to make sure that I do it exactly where it needs to be. I take my marking tool. I mark on the button part of the magnetic snout, and then I push it straight down. And that transfers that mark right there. And it's okay, because it's going to get covered by the female portion of this. So now that I have the circle of the washer already marked, all I have to do is the 2 parallel lines. Okay. And then we get to clip and snip. You can use a seam ripper or you can use little clips. I like a nice little pair of sharp snips to do it. Personally, I've already got something on the back of this cotton fabric, so I don't have to put anything else on there. And it snaps in place, just like that. So now I'm going to just make a couple clips just to make sure nothing shifts too bad. And then just sew down each side seam. I may have messed up on the front flap, which is practically the easiest thing on this bag, but this is the first time that I've made this part of this bag that the measurements actually lined up. Because the last couple of times I've always had to trim things away. You know, like, that is not working. Just baste that in place just to kind of keep everything together. And that's the piece right there. Yes? All done? Awesome. Can you get me a Diet Dr. Pepper? And then I don't know what else we have to package. Do we have to package anything else, Miss Marcia? That we got inventory in lately and for? Yeah, I don't think so either. I think you know.
Other than putting them up?
Yeah, putting them. All right, I'm gonna get my name tag, and I'm gonna put my name tag right here. Right there. So for your name tag, I like to make sure it's at least 1 inch from that top seam and centered. So I'm gonna fold this in half as well as I can because it's kind of bulky. Did you get me my Dr. Pepper? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Center seam.
Perfect. Make little snips. Again. I didn't do this on the other part, but I'm going to put a little bit of fray check on this. Just a little dot. Just to make sure, because this is a woven fabric, so it can fray. It shouldn't. Because I have an interface, but just to make sure. Oh, that looks so nice. If you don't have a bag tag, there are these amazing generic ones that you can get that say handcrafted or handmade. All of my bag making kits, like the pre-cut kits, come with a tag that say handcrafted. But if you're looking for just some tags, they have they're available just anywhere pretty much you get them. But I personally like to get them from Lauren at moremeknow.com. She's my to-go person for that. There we go. There's the front. The front is done, and we can set this aside. Now we have to fix the we have to fix the other side. We have to fix this. Because this should have been on here. So I don't know why I cut this extra piece out. I wasn't reading that part, obviously. So all I'm going to do is seam rip it and do it again. So you would have done exactly what I did, but instead of this small piece, you would have done on this big piece. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Me and my good back stitching. And I don't even do it like a lot. I only do like 2 or 3, but it's still pretty good. All right, so now I'm going to grab this and I'm going to pull straight. That can be kind of satisfying sometimes. Bam. Just like that. See? No fuss, no muss. Whatever they say. What do they say? It's fixed. Whatever they say, it's fixed. Okay, clean up this mess. Put it in the trash bin. Oops, sorry guys. Didn't mean to bump you. Okay. So now, taking this off of this. How long have we been on? I don't even know. Hello.
61 minutes.
Goodness, it's been an hour already?
Is that mean the bag is halfway done?
If I didn't mess up, yes. If if I didn't already mess up, yes, it would have been. Yes, it would have been. It's too funny. If I haven't boo-booed, it would have been halfway done. Okay. Top stitching, stitches. And I had trimmed it back. That's okay. It's okay. It's going to work out just fine. It's easier to do that straight away, like seam ribbon, like really fast on a straight line. Not so easy on a curve. It's entertaining. Okay. There we go. So this piece is extra. Let's just put that aside because I didn't need that. All right, let's start this again. Okay, so this is the beginning of this whole thing. So there we go. Since I trimmed it away a little bit, I'm gonna have to come in a little further, but that's okay. My stitching is gonna come in a little bit more. Like I said, that's okay. Get that in place. Stitch around. There. All right. Let's go. We got this. Trim it away with pinking shears. And we are repeating the same process we just did when we first got started, but with the right pieces. I think that's a great thing about being live. Like you can see people are human. It's like, yeah, I mess up too. Yep, I mess up too. I've made this bag a lot of times, but I still mess up. This is the first time I've messed up on this part. Never messed up on this part before. Whoop, whoop. But it's looking awesome though. There we go. It's actually laying down a little bit better this time. Okay, now we are going to top stitch. Top stitch length. I'm always getting complimented on my nails now. It's like, oh, your nails are so pretty. I said, thank you. I did it myself. It's so good saying that.
You said you're sick of saying it?
I said I feel so good about saying, like, that I say that I did it, you know? I feel good about it.
I was supposed to do my nails this weekend. It's not that long to it.
Did you ever get the stuff? Did you get it for Christmas?
Nope.
Did you get it for yourself?
Nope. It will come. The atmosphere will send it to me.
You're so funny. The atmosphere will send it to you. Okay.
One day it's gonna be right in my bed.
Okay, so now this back piece here. I knew that just felt weird, but turn it around. So I do dip nail polish for my nails, and I love it. I do it about twice a week, just because my nails, I guess I have oily skin, or my nails are oily or something like that, and they just come off really easily. So instead of me spending all this money getting my nails done every 2 weeks, I do it myself. And it's kind of therapeutic. It's like, oh, I did that. And I even got the cuticle oil and everything, so I can like do a manicure like every couple of weeks instead of having to go to the place. So it felt pretty good. Okay. There we go. So this seam here is going to get stitched down, so you don't have to go across, because this is going to get stitched down when we do our lining, our exterior pieces. Okay, so now that we've done that, now the next piece to do is take both of our pieces, line them up like so. Okay, and we're going to sew down the bottom and the 2 side seams. And then it's going to start looking like a bag.
Because we know what this thing is right now.
I know, right? Like, well, I don't know what this is. I don't know what she's making. She's doing something. Peanut butter jelly sandwich. My husband had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich the other night for a snack. It is a good snack. On some whole wheat bread. Okay, so let me see here. Let me just double check my seam allowance, please. Like I said, it changes all the time on me. Okay. So it's kind of getting bulky on you as it's kind of shift. So I'm using my little clips to kind of hold it together and make it go through. I have my sister working on a special, like, awl looking thing for me to use. I don't think she's quite finished with it yet. Okay. Gets a little bulky here. For these side seams, there's a lot of layers. Just take it slow.
If you're working on a domestic, you can take the interfacing out of the seams, and that makes a big difference. But I'm telling you, that Kenmore went through this stuff like nothing. It was amazing. Alright, so now we're going to box our bottoms. So all we're doing now here is, what I like to say is, like if you're opening a bag of chips. And you're just pulling it on each side, and you're wanting your seams to match right here at the center, and then hold it in place. If you have to clip further down just to kind of keep everything where it needs to be, you can. I like to do just one side at a time. There we go. You want to make sure it stays kind of straight and it's not like bowing on you. So like, if like this one started bowing on me, so I got to go back in here and kind of fiddle with it so it goes back in place. There we go. Come on, buddy. You got this. There we go. It's better. I don't know what you're laughing at. Mm-hmm. Me? Because I said, hey, buddy.
No, that's better. You just had a funny accent.
You know what's so funny? I sometimes start sounding Southern, like my daughter starts sounding British. Out of the blue. It's like, there you go, buddy. There we go. Technically in the South.
I don't think technical is right. I think you're definitely in there.
I'm in the South?
Okay.
We live in the South. Live in North Carolina. How is North Carolina the South when it's North Carolina? I can see South Carolina being in You know, and then people say in Virginia it's the South too. I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. It depends on what part of Virginia.
Richmond and up. That's the city part. Norfolk down. It's like the part.
I don't buy it.
You don't buy it?
No, it's north of North Carolina. Okay, so I'm gonna trim into these little side pieces here, just kind of release the side seam so that it can kind of flap. This one here I'm not, because I really want to have that secured on there. So right here, and then I'm just gonna trim this away to trim away the excess seam allowance down to 1/8 of an inch. And take your time. This is a lot of layers through here. A lot of layers. It's kind of like sawing through a piece of wood. I'm telling you, this can be as thick as some leather. The side seam and all these layers. Whew. I mean, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. 6 layers. Okay, so our exterior is pretty much done. I like to kind of come in here and just kind of push out so that this seam down here really gets. Yes. See?
Did you just try to show me on? I can't see.
Oh, that's true. You can't see.
I'm watching on the screen here.
Am I entertaining?
Very.
Very. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and set this aside. Oh, look, it's standing up. All I had to do was do some finger pressing. Look at that. It's standing up. It's falling over. All right, so put this aside. We'll come back to that in a second. We're gonna do our connecting straps now.
Back 50% back?
You're gonna keep asking me that, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, it's 50%.
What? I got a surprise for you.
Oh.
Congratulations. That's rad.
Okay, so I'm making the connectors now. And I got these adorable. I mean, adorable. 1/2 inch. These are 3/4 inch, right? The triangle rings?
I'm sorry?
What's the inside diameter of the?
It's the new one, the smaller one?
Yeah.
3/4.
It's 3/4 inch.
There you go.
So I'm going to take this down just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Because the pattern calls for 1 inch. But I said there is no sense in me doing a 1 inch. Because it's kind of tight anyway on that side seam. When I have these cute 3/4 inch ones. And they are cute. Like adorable. Because a slide adjuster strap could be 1.5 inches, could be 2 inches or whatever, but as long as the little hook goes into that circle part, that's all that matters. So the side connector can be smaller. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
You're just munching away over there. I love it.
Sunflower seeds are my addiction.
What's your addiction?
Sunflower seeds.
Oh. I don't really care for sunflower seeds.
They're ultra delicious. Ultra delicious.
Piece of double-sided tape. That's another thing I took down there and I left down there for her. With some double-sided. I have to restock my sewing station. I have to pull from the inventory. Miss Markia loves when I do that. She really doesn't. She really doesn't. I'm going to fold it towards the center. So this is supposed to be 2 connectors. I just have it all at once because it just makes it easier for me to fold it all at once and then sew it all at once and then just cut it. Just makes it easier. Okay, so I'm just going ahead and folding that down and pressing it onto that double-sided tape. You see that? And then I'm going to just run it across the side of my machine here. And it just makes it just nice and flat right in there. Okay. 1/8 of an inch on each side with the top stitch. Looking nice. So what are we at? Oh, almost 4 o'clock. Whoop, whoop. Cut it in half. Place it in there. 1 connector, 2 connectors. I love these little connectors. They're just so cute. They remind me of me. They remind me of me. It's like not, it's, you know, 1 inch is like grown. You know what I mean? Like, okay. And I'm like not quite grown because I'm like 3/4 of the height of the normal person.
Take me. I volunteer to be.
I'm 4'9", so I'm kind of short. Kind of like I am, not as kind of like maybe, but I am short. All right, so I'm gonna open up my seam. I'm opening up my seam here. I'm taking this and I'm putting it in. I'm putting it. Hold on, because I need to measure. I'm measuring this so that there's just so much that needs to come out of the seam so it gets attached. I need to make my mark.
Quick question for you.
Quick answer.
You didn't give me the count of the binding, did you?
I only made the burgundy binding and it was like 8 of them. I didn't finish the rest of the binding because I was like, yeah. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line it up to that mark, clip it on. I'm only doing one side at a time because it can kind of get like a push and pull thing happening here. I don't know why I did this thing with the waterproof canvas down here. I just oh, okay, because I'm gonna need it for as a hump jumper. Because it's gonna be kind of thick right here on that side seam. Hi TikTok, I'm not on TikTok, but okay. I had a notification on TikTok. Oh, who's calling me? I don't know you. I don't know an 866. JG Wentworth. That's what it reminds me of every time I say 866. Okay, doing the same thing to the other side. So I'm just opening up that seam. Taking my strap connector, lining it to that mark that I made. Connecting on both sides. Push it open and out the way. You can't be timid with these bags. You gotta like manhandle it. Like I'm the boss. Just yeah. So because I'm going from a very narrow seam right here to going through 4 layers, that's why I use this as a hump jumper, just to make sure that the foot of the machine stays level and it doesn't like go up like if you're going skiing uphill. It's almost impossible. So the machine does that too. As I'm leaving these here because I'm going to end up tucking those down and then riveting them in place that could really hold the weight of the bag. So this part of the bag is done. All right. What's charcoal?
Is the color charcoal gray? Like up here? Did you have it listed as gray?
Yeah, it's charcoal. Because there's like a light gray, and then there's like, but that one's like silver, and then there's gray, which is like a charcoal. Okay, so we're gonna grab our pieces. That's for our magnetic snuts. Put that aside. Grab our zipper. So we need one of our exterior piece, one of our lining pieces. Our zipper and our zipper pocket. This pattern does not include an interior like divided pocket. You could add it. Really, I could do it with this thing if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. You could add it if you wanted it to, but it's just got so many exterior pockets. I I feel like it really doesn't need it for the inside because you're going to have a zipper pocket here. So you're going to grab one of your zipper pocket pieces and you're going to put it pretty sides touching. Okay. And you're going to come down past the mark where the magnet is because you obviously don't want to have your zipper over where your magnet is going to be. So you want to come down from there. So I'm going to bring it down just a little bit more. And I think that's pretty good there. That's good. All right, so this calls for a 9-inch zipper. Okay, so you can see that 9-inch. I'm just going to make a mark on my piece here that is a 1/2 inch in, and then that's why I'm going to do my little box. The directions are in the pattern. I'm not sure if they actually say what I'm about to do or not. This is just how I do my zipper pockets.
Will mocha be brown?
Yes. So no, mocha's mocha.
Mocha's mocha?
Yeah, that's a different color. Yeah, because that's a new color that we've started adding. Because this is bronze, the one I'm working on right now. Bronze is new too. No?
Maybe. You've already have bronze listed.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is mocha that the other one you were debating to do? Remember you pulled up 2 of the rolls for that bag and it was a lighter brown and
yes.
a brown?
Yes.
So mocha is that like lighter brown?
Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a line, a box inside of here. I got this from Moremeknow.com. She's amazing. I love all of her glitter rulers and all that stuff. And I actually bought the 1 1/8 inch rulers from her at wholesale so that I could sell it to my students. So I had students asking me where to get it, and I was like, I'll get you some. Now we have some. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna pin this down just so that it stays in place, nothing shifts on me. Since I cannot pin through waterproof canvas without making holes in it, and then those holes obviously are not waterproof. I don't know. Alright, so now I'm going to sew around the box. What are we having fun with? Oh, we're about to start class. We got kids class coming up. How many did we end up getting signed up for beginner 2? 2. Oh, that's not too bad.
4 great wooden cabinets. 3 from last season and then we have 1 from summer.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait for Miss Shoemaker to come in.
I can't wait. Great, please don't be late.
Great, don't be late. Miss Shoemaker is going to be our summer camp sewing instructor. We just got to get her an assistant now.
Well, I know someone really great.
Who's that?
You.
You know, that would be great if I wasn't doing like 5 million things. I need to get a new blade for my thing that I cut the other day by mistake that I broke. Remember? Okay, so I made sure that this looks even before I cut it out because if it's not even, I can always undo the stitches before I cut into it. But once I cut into it, I can't fix it. Get a whole new piece of lining. All right, so I'm going to cut down the middle. Okay, and then about an inch away from the edge, I'm gonna go to add an angle to make a little like triangle. And then I'm gonna cut really close to that edge. Like that, and then come to an angle. So sometimes I get asked, how big do you want this triangle to be? And I say it has to come at least to the edge of the side of this piece here, because when you stitch the two lining pieces together, you want it to catch that triangle. So if the triangle is smaller than that, it's not going to catch in your seam. So I say to make it long enough to catch in your seam on either side, just as a rule. Okay, so now I'm going to pinch this closed, and I'm going to pinch it into the other side. So I like to kind of like roll it this way, roll it that way, and then like roll it the other way. If I had an iron next to me, I would iron it. But I don't have it set up quite yet. I need to get rid of the stuff on my table over here on the left. Huh. Okay. Now from this side, do the same thing. Roll it, roll it, roll it. The waterproof canvas wants to fight you. It does want to fight you. But you just keep rolling it until it stops fighting you. And clip it. This is where having it just steamed a little bit does help. It helps, it does. And I might take it in there in a second if it's not cooperating. But it's doing pretty good. It's not misbehaving too badly. Okay. So just like that. Yes, our bag hardware. I love Miss Markia. She's my link master. Oh, voila. Alright, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to burn my edges of my zipper tape. Open it up and put my zipper pull on. On the outside of the bag, I have a Hogwarts symbol for the exterior zipper. The inside zipper, I just have a regular zipper pull. It's cold?
Well, when you said I'm cold, it's a difference.
Yeah, because I feel good, but then that means it's cold.
I haven't sweated once. Where can I find the paper towels for that?
They're on my husband's bathroom on the floor. Sierra knows where they are if you want to ask her for them. Ugh. It's just not wanting to cooperate today. I'm getting it on, but then it's not even. It's like one side's too up versus the other side. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so this is where I can start using my double-sided tape.
See, I don't know about what happens with the double-sided tape, but it makes it so it's not so wavy. I don't know. It just makes it good. Okay. I don't know what that was. Something just buzzed at me or something. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel the top tape off, and then I'm going to put this top piece down. But I have to take my clips off. You want to do it long enough so that it has the memory of it folding. Yeah. It's not wanting to stay. So I'm going to go iron it real fast, guys. I'm sorry. Bear with me for a second. I'm going to have to go into the room. You probably still hear me because I have my microphone on. That looks better. See, that looks so much better. Okay. It's staying better. It may not be acting like it right now, but it did. It was staying better. There we go. So I'm peeling the tape off one end first. Okay, one end. And then the other one. So I'm gonna just hold it tucked up. Try to center it as well as I can. Bam. Just like that. Okay, so it's too close on the edge over here. So I need to bump it down just a tiny bit. Stand up and see it from the top view because I can't quite. There we go. And this is the great thing about the tape is I can literally just take off a couple of pieces and readjust. Just where I need to. There we go. That top piece looks nice. Now we need to do the bottom piece. So I do the same thing. Now pull this back and then pull the zipper, not the zipper, the tape, the double-sided tape off of the backing. Off. You dancing?
Mm-hmm. That's how I do it.
Did you put the heat on?
It's kicking on because it's cold.
Oh, is it? Must be the rain.
Professional electric turn signal?
I got it for like a branding iron type of thing.
You gonna bring in the sun one more time on your side?
I was gonna do initials on those little bags. The little junior portfolio things that I was working on. There we go. I keep saying I'm never going to work with this fabric again, this velvet fabric, because it's so hard to work with. But I keep getting drawn to it because it's so pretty. But it's so hard to work with. It really is. It's so bad to work with, but it's so pretty. Okay. Stitch all the way around. And then we can put our pocket piece on. So the texture of this fabric is also making it drag. That's why I have to kind of lift it a little bit. I was like, are you okay? Are you putting something up high? Are you putting something up high? Oh, yeah, because the cleaning lady's not here. Yeah, she's still pretty messed up. She has like a hole in her leg. Not you. I won bobbin roulette. I finished that stitch and I'm out of bobbin. I won bobbin roulette. Woohoo! I got you that time. I need a sticker that says I am a rebel. I play bobbin roulette. Okay, so I go in right here. I'm just gonna go across just one more time because it's very close to the edge. Like dangerously close to the edge. There we go. So now, hold on. I caught some of that. We're gonna get our extra piece, our back piece of our lining, lining it up like so. And then we're gonna sew in a U shape. We are not sewing the bottom.
I'll show you why in a second. Okay. I'm gonna start from this side. So I'm gonna come up all the way around. I'm gonna fold this up so it just makes it easier when I do my top stitching later. Man, this zipper pocket is giving me a run for my money today. It's the fabric. I really should have chosen different fabric. There's a zipper pocket. Okay, so that's done there. Now we're going to put on our magnetic snaps. Our other part, our magnetic snap. Woo. Did you see that? It was fast. I almost lost it. Okay, sugar. I'm still live, honey.
I'm sorry.
It's not his fault. It has been a longer than normal live today. Oh, so the good part is that I take this live, I download it, and then I edit it so that I take out a lot of the extra stuff that's not necessary in learning anything new. I try to leave the boo-boos in though. But just so you guys know, if you want to come back and rewatch it, you can. A lot of this stuff will be sped up and things like that. Okay. And at this point, it doesn't really matter which piece goes where because it's on the inside of the lining. All that matters is that we have an extra little piece behind it. Go, put our washer on. Like so. Hey, sweetheart.
Do you have any phones extra? Because I really want to.
This one.
I was looking at this side. Dad's room.
That's fine. They can't see behind me, by the way.
Oh, so I can't sit there?
Yeah, as long as you're not loud.
I won't be that loud. Can I just have your thing?
Hi.
Hey.
Here you go.
Right, you have a good day, all right, Fiona? Thanks, have a good day.
You too. Bye. Okay. Pretty side stitching. Make sure our magnets match up really good, and then we're just going to sew it down each side and leave an opening at the bottom for birthing. Okay.
Now towards the bottom of the seam allowance, I like to go out to more of a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Make it a little wider, but at the top 1 inch, I like to keep it the same seam allowance because then that way it fits the top of the bag.
I cannot stay in here because it's pizza daddies.
Okay. I need to go back to this seam because I was doing more of a narrower seam for some reason. All right, so now we're going to box up these bottoms like we did with the exterior. And we're almost done. We're more than halfway through, but not quite 90%. So if I had to take a guess, we're about 80% done. If we're just guessing. All right, so now we're going to take this here, and again, we're going to box out our corners just like we did before. It's just a little easier because it's not as bulky. Okay. Okay. Again, making sure the bottom seam is going the same direction on both seams. Okay. We're going to take this bag, turn it right side out. We're going to put the lining inside of the exterior of the bag. I like to make sure that my zippers are facing each other. And then I like to line up my side seam. Trying to center up that seam over this middle of the connector because I had centered it on the seam for the exterior. Hello, kids. They're really cute. They're talking about some kind of TV show or something. Okay. We have our kids beginner class happening right now. It's beginner 2, excuse me. They've graduated from beginner 1 and now we're doing beginner 2. Really cool. Okay, I'm pulling on each of the seams just to kind of make it go flat. Okay, now we're going to sew all the way around. Joining stitch length has not changed. Just get a starting point and go. Start with a starting point and go. Okay, when we get to this side connector pieces, again, you're going to need to level off that foot. So I put my pump jumper fabric there. Same thing with going down the hill. Oh, look at me. I'm being rough today. Let me put my clips back on because they were just popping off everywhere. Goodness. Hi. All right. So going down the hill, take it nice and slow going down the hill. Okay, going up the hill again. Lift my foot up. Make sure everything's going the right way. Open my seam because it unopened, or should I say it closed, because my seam, my what you call it, popped off. Remember, do not cut these off. We need those to be there. All right, so now we're going to turn it right side out through the opening at the bottom of the bag. So this opening here is just a little bit bigger than the opening through the pocket. I'm just going to push this through. As you're going, kind of pop everything back where it needs to go. Okay. Get in there and really just try to push everything out from the inside, because once you close up this bag, you can't get back in there. So really make sure everything's nice and flat and where it needs to be. Looking amazing. Oh, this bag looks really good. Okay. So now what I like to do is open up this zipper and pull the lining through the hole in the zipper pocket. So it's a lot less that you're having to pull through. So you're not putting as much strain on that zipper. Make sure everything's nice and flat. And stitch it closed. Because you've already kind of started sewing a little bit, it makes it a little easier just to kind of continue that straight stitch. pull that through. But it's not completely closed off. You can still get your hand in there and do a lot of things if you need to. So closing off the bottom doesn't do anything except just secure the bottom at this point. We're going to leave this open for just a few minutes just to make sure we get everything nice and rolled in. And all of the lining goes inside. Okay. Really getting in there and using my fist to kind of like just really push everything where it needs to go. I'm almost like closing my eyes and just really feeling out the inside of the bag to make sure everything is nice and fitting. Okay. And so then now you can have the top of this bag roll down as much as you want or not as much. So I like to have it so it's just kind of like just rolled in enough that you see a slight gold. So kind of like that. I like to just really just so pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to go around and just clip to make sure that my seams are where I want them to be. It doesn't have to be crazy accurate, just consistent. Pretty good consistency. Where I find I have the hardest time with this bag on a domestic is this seam right here, back here. So right here, where this little slip pocket is, right here, that seam is pretty thick. So that's the hardest part. And then the side seams right here, because you have the 4 layers for this, then you have 2 layers here and 2 layers here. So you have another, if you're doing right against that top edge, I mean, you've got like 8 layers right in these side seams. So just take your time. Use your hump jumper. All right. So I'm going to sew this with, make sure everything looks good. Oh, yes, it does. Really. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to sew this with the bobbin side being on the exterior. You have to be very careful with this. You got to make sure your bobbin stitches look really nice here, okay? I can feel it, and they feel really good. This is where if you need to stop and make adjustments, you can. You're at the last 10 yards here, guys. You're almost there. What do they say in football? That's the last play or something. I don't know. I don't watch football like that. Mine was more baseball. We're at the last inning. We're at the top of the ninth. Keep feeling those stitches. They feel so good. They're kind of small because I forgot to extend my stitch length, but hey, I'd rather them look nice and be small than look bad and be big. So. Okay, hook jumper. It's coming down the hill. Be careful. Okay, I'm pulling my thread to the inside so I can tie it off on the inside. It looks Oh, yes. Okay, burn any little bits that you need to. Oh, this looks so nice. Okay, I kind of manhandled it, so I've got to reshape it. Okay. All right, guys, we are literally at the very, 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 very end of this bag. Okay, now we're going to get our zipper pocket out. Okay, we get out our zipper pocket. We're going to tuck in our ends and clip it. Okay. And then right here, I like to put this little woven tag that says made with magic. It just really finishes off the whole magical feel of this bag. I feel it does. Okay. Our bag is done. On the inside, got our zipper pockets, magnetic snap closure, and then now we get to do our crossbody strap. So put that aside. We used to do our side rivets, but I don't have to do that live. So for the crossbody strap, you're going to need your webbing. I like to do the center part first. You're going to kind of come in and down the center part, and then we're going to do a box stitch right there. Stay there for a second. It ran away from me. It wasn't me, it was the way this kind of moves a little bit. Come down and across. Okay, burn any of those scraggler threads you see coming out. And you got your center portion. Now, with the pretty side facing down, you're going to grab and make sure nothing's going the wrong way. You're going to attach your one slider. Make sure nothing is crooked. Go up and then down the slider. So now that wrong side became pretty side. We've got a slider there. Everything is still nice and straight. Okay, and then take this piece, wrap it down like that, and then make an X mark here as well. If you want to tuck this one in, because this one you're going to see more than the other one, you can kind of like take it and tuck it like so that the end is really pretty. You can do that. And we're going to get really close to that bar. Come across. Come down. I'm going to make a box first, and then we're going to crisscross. Across the top again. I'm going to go across diagonally to the other corner. Have that bottom seam, come across again to that corner, come diagonally, and come back to where you started. I kind of find it important to start and stop at the same spot, because in that way all of my little scraggly threads, or where I'm burning off the little edges, is all in the same spot. And there's your crossbody strap. So this bag is done, guys. Let me change the view real fast so you guys can see me, hopefully.
That's this one, but I'm trying to transition.
There we go. Nope. This one. Hi. Okay, look at this. Okay, this bag is amazing. Okay, we had a couple little bumps and bruises along the way, but that's okay. Look at that. It is amazing. Look at that bag. Oh, look at that. I love this bag. Okay, so this is one of my favorite bags. I've made it several times, and I really enjoy it. So this is the, hold on, let me move you guys a little bit more. There we go. The one with Moremeknow. Okay, so this is a Sincerely Jen's pattern. So check out Sincerely Jen's website. I'll try to leave a link in the description box below. If you are watching this, this is a live replay. So it's no longer live. It is now just a replay on my YouTube channel. And I'll move this part to the beginning. Look at that. Is that great? I think we did a great job with that, guys. All right, so I love this bag. Really cool. I messed up in the top, the back portion from the very get-go. I don't know why I was doing this. It's a very amateur move, but what can you do? And everything else turned out really nice. I'm not going to work with that velvety interior pocket anymore, because it's just so hard to work with. It kept slipping on me, and it made it so hard for me to do the interior zipper pocket. That's really not that hard. It really isn't. It just took me a lot longer. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day, the rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.